Hey, yo, what's the deal, folks? You know what it is. It's Twice Talk. And I got a show for you today, or a talk for you today, that's going to help you become the best you. So this was supposed to go down on Monday. I ended up getting some errands to run, let's just say that. But Mondays is going to be Wellness Mondays, but this is Tuesday, the 6th of May, right? So 2025, since it's going to be archived, I guess. But Wellness Mondays is going to be the topic, right? And that's something that we really need to focus on. They say health is wealth, yet a lot of people don't practice what they preach when it comes to that. So I'm here to help. Go ahead and give you a couple tips on how to remain, stay, and thrive in healthy environments. Because you know the world out here today is full of unhealthy things. Now, a lot of people think that your diet is just about what you eat. Fun fact, diet is also what you read, what you listen to, the people you're around. So let's go ahead and clean up our diet. And how we clean up our diet with our food, because I'm gonna stay with the food today. How we clean up our diet with our food is fasting. Fasting, excuse me. Remember, we're only doing one take, Drake, out of all this stuff. Anytime I post a video, one time, one take. So I'm gonna mess up. It's just what it is, right? But we're gonna limit the mistakes as much as possible, right? Back to the program. Fasting is very essential, very important. Now, I got a couple videos that I really want to share. Well, it's one video and another photo of a depiction of fasting, the timeline of it. Yet we really need to know what fasting does for the body. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up, and then I'm gonna go into my spiel, and I'm gonna watch it with you. So this is very important. Fasting is important, and I would encourage you all to go ahead and do your research on things too. Only thing I want to do is go ahead and drop you some breadcrumbs and leave you enlightened, because that is the highest form of frequency. They say authenticity is as well, or higher, yet being enlightened, you have to be enlightened before you can be authentic. Let's just say that. But here we go. Here goes the video.
Autophagy fasting, what's that?
So autophagy fasting is about 17 hours in without food, your cells will turn within and they'll start to heal themselves. And that was what Dr. Osumi's big discovery was, is that the cells clean themselves up. What's interesting on this one, and this is something I really want to get out to the world, is that when you stimulate autophagy, what you're doing is you're turning on the intelligence inside the cell, and that intelligence is looking around and it's going, hey, there's a virus, there's a bacteria, get them out. So let's push these infections out of the cell. That mitochondria, it's not working well. We need to repair it. That endoplasmic reticulum inside here, it's lagging. We need to fix it. So it literally goes in and fixes everything inside the cell just at 17 hours. But one of the greatest studies I've seen in fasting was done during COVID. And it showed that if a virus comes into a cell that's in a state of autophagy, it can't replicate. Viruses have to live off of your energy system. So when viruses go into a cell that's laden with glucose, they have a party in there. They love that. They munch on that, and then they go out and they start replicating. If you were in a fasted state, when a virus comes in, it can't replicate. There's nothing inside that cell for that virus to take over, and it dies.
So what did we take away from that video? Number one, fasting is great. Now, I believe that the human body is designed to live 200, 300, 400 years. There is some studies on that, and I believe you should check it out. Yet, how to get there is through fasting. Now, the body cannot digest and detox at the same time. So with the food pyramid and the structure of the FDA, what they recommend is that we eat 3 times a day. Now, with that recommendation, that always puts the body in a state of digesting. And when we're always digesting, we're never cleansing the body and removing what waste that was left over that our body didn't get to process. So that's why it's important to fast, so that we don't leave that toxic waste field into our body. And that's very important. Now, there's certain stages of fasting. Once you get to a certain time, that's when the body starts kicking in and starts to removing said toxic materials, right? So I'm actually going to point up or show you guys, I'm gonna show you guys the timeline of said fasting schedule. Now, I'm not always gonna call out my moves like it's a bad anime or something, right? Well, good animes do that too, yet we're gonna work on it, you dig? So 72 hours is the max of your autophagy state. Now, if you guys didn't hear, autophagy is the body's process of cleansing out the cells, right? So it literally just goes through the body and gets rid of all your dead cells, your damaged cells, and starts repairing itself. That is one of the most important parts, or if not the most important part, to adding longevity to your life. Now, what ends up happening, 4 to 8 hours, the blood sugar drops, right? 12 hours, your HGH increases. So, you're starting to get strong, and the body, your muscles will develop because it's starting to think, hey, I don't know what I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna have to get stronger. Once you get up to 16 hours, then your body starts eating fat. So that's really good. So the intermittent fasting, that's why they try to incorporate that, so that your body starts burning more fat opposed to sugars all the time and carbs. Now, at 17 hours is when your body enters that state of autophagy. So that's really good. So make sure when you do your fasting, whether it's your water fast or your juice fast, you want to get to about that time. Intermediate fasting is great as well. That once you get to that state of autophagy, now the body's going to start kicking and removing all of those excess waste that we don't want in the body. After that, 36 hours, autophagy increases by 300%. So that right there just lets us know that we're really getting the ball rolling. The body's going to start doing all type of things. I had a fasting session and I was trying to sleep. I really couldn't. My body was doing all a bunch of weird stuff, and my third eye literally started pulsating. I felt an eye in the center of my forehead, and I couldn't sleep. I just had to lay there and endure. But it was very enlightening. I thought it was a experience, to say the least. Now, once you get to 48 hours, now your HGH increases again. So that's really good. I wouldn't suggest it all the time. Yet, what ends up happening is your body's going to start releasing, like I said, the HGH in your body. Your muscles feel really good, or your human growth hormone is what that is. So you'll have a better recovery period, right? So once we start getting down to 54 hours, that's when your insulin sensitivity increases. So for all of those diabetics out there, this would be great. Fasting is great for you. You should really do some research onto that and how fasting can affect the body. Simply because there are many studies that say how beneficial it is. I really don't want to get into it too much, but really do your research for anybody with any diabetic issues. And then once we get to 72 hours, autophagy peaks. So if you do like a 72-hour fast, that's your body kicking out everything that it can. So I highly recommend doing fasting, because remember, the body cannot digest and detox at the same time. We have to make sure that we cleanse out the body from the air pollution, the food pollution, the water, all of those things. And remember that our diet is also what we read and what we hear. And I would like for you to hear the best things for you. Now, if you have to fast, or excuse me, once you break your fast, best things to do is to start off with like avocado, because you want to wake the body back up. So you just don't want to just start eating heavy foods, because that would end up almost destroying the fast. Think about it like a car, right? When you start your car, you don't jump right on the freeway. Since your digestive system was resting for quite some time, you want to go ahead and let it warm up. Like some healthy fats, like avocado, so great yogurt would be nice. Now, 24 hours before your fast, you got to prepare for it, right? No alcohol. And you want to lower your intake on your carbs. And that's going to allow us to have a fruitful fast. You know, you'll really enjoy it. And your body will improve as well. You'll feel the difference. You'll see the difference. And document your journey as well. Write in the comments what you like, share, and subscribe to Twice Talk, man. This was another session. Make sure you keep coming to the sessions, because they're going to keep coming for you. And we're going to keep bringing values to the things that are timeless. Because Father Time ain't going to get a grip on us.